society continues to develop.
People always say, the future will be better. They believe the hardships of the present fade with the passage of time. And so we hope, waiting for a future brighter than today. But Sarah, remember this. As you walk towards a brighter tomorrow, you have to look back to your past. The path you have walked to reach the here and now will give you the courage you need to hope. It's so dark.
In ancient times, the Fal'Cie devoured the light, darkness cloaked the sky, and the earth knew only night. This must be the eclipse.
You know what this is?
They said 500 years ago, a massive Fal'Cie appeared. For a while, it blotted out the sun and turned everything dark.
If that happened 500 years in your past, then this must be 200 years in my future.
Right. But something's wrong. Look, the eclipse is only affecting this small area. That shouldn't be possible.
Okay, so you're saying this could be a paradox?
That's what I'm saying.
Huh. This reminds me of stories we heard, that there used to be a great city on Grand Pulse. I bet this is what these ruins are.
What happened to it?
No one's been...
Hello, are you here to observe the facility? I can answer any questions you might have.
Ah, yeah, perfect. I do have some questions. Where are we? And what year is it?
Wait, you can't just...
What? I'm just...
Yashas Masif, 10 AF, sir.
10 AF? So nowhere near 200 years.
I must say, this is the first time anyone asked me what year it was. I don't suppose you happen to be time travelers?
Well, Cooper?
Ah, yes, I almost forgot. I'm supposed to hand out this map. Take it, it's free.
Any new discoveries?
The sun's disappearing. On sunny days,
Once you get used to it, life on Pulse isn't bad. There seems to be a rift between the ones who stayed on Cocoon and the ones who moved to Pulse.
I recommend walking along.
Come on, Mom.
The scientists are so passionate about their work, they're working just as hard as ever, even in the dark. Speaking of passionate, I'm the most passionate person I know when it comes to making a living. And on that note, I know it's a little dark in here.
The conservatives who still believe in the ways of Cocoon must be unhappy with the Academy and its progressive ways.
That building over there is part of the Padra ruins. You should take a look around if you have the time.
Some are worried that the Academy will...
It's night all the time. I can't deal with this. What's wrong?
I'll resolve the paradox.
You only realize how important something is when it's gone. This darkness reminds me of days from the past. We didn't experience eclipses on Cocoon.
Keep your wits about.
You said the parrot.
Yes, the great Fal'Cie, Fenrir, blocked out the sun. It was predicted he...
Which means his appearance now indicates some sort of time distortion, right? The Fal'Cie arrived 200 years early to meet with a certain someone. Yes, sir, that someone is you.
So this entity crossed the boundaries of time. I suppose I can't discount the possibility.
Yeah, please discount it and find a sense of humor.
Come on, Mom. Bell! Professor Bell!
The conservatives who still believe in the ways of Cocoon must be unhappy with the Academy and its progressive ways.
The Padra ruins.
Padre.
I don't care if things are bad. I'd rather be with him.
Open fire!
The food is so much better than on Cocoon. It's strange because as a kid I was told this was some kind of hell.
area's closed off. I recommend them.
There are two questions. Why is the eclipse happening now? And why is it happening right over these ruins?
Maybe there's something important hidden here.
The legends say the fal'Cie was looking for that which was lost. Could be the thing it's searching for is in these ruins.
Then I guess we better start searching ourselves. Are we not allowed to go inside?
I'm very sorry. Only persons on official Academy business are permitted beyond this point.
Oh.
This will count as official business!
dead?
The beast dragon!
When monsters like these are cornered, they cause a space-time vortex to appear. An electromagnetic shock usually shuts them down. It's been a while, Sarah.
Hope? Is that you?
I'm grateful you remember me.
Who's this?
Oh,
Director of Academy Research, Team Alpha. Hope Est, I'm at your service. And you must be Noel.
Nice guess. Who told you?
You appeared here with Sarah some years ago at the Brescia ruins. Subsequently, we analyzed the gate and forecast your reappearance at this location. To be honest, I didn't really believe that time travel was possible. But here you are. I'm really glad you're safe. For me, it's as if time has stopped. Everyone I knew is gone.
Hope.
From your point of view, it's been years since you last saw Sarah.
Not just Sarah, Snow as well. And Saz and his boy. You all disappeared from my life. It's been 10 years now.
I never thought...
When the paradox occurred some years ago, I thought if I could solve it, maybe you would all come back.
Director Hope! There you are! What were you thinking? Taking off and leaving me all on my own. It was a shock seeing Hope grown older than me, but he was still the same Hope I knew. Lightning, Hope listened to my story without saying a word. I told him about how I'm the only one who remembers your smile on the plane of Grand Pulse. I told him about how Snow set out to try and save you and Vanille and Fang. And I told him about Noel. Noel from the future.
There's something I want to show you both. We can continue our conversation as we walk.
I'll show the way.
Shall we?
Tell me, Hope, what made you join the Academy?
A sense of duty. Vanille, Fang, Lightning, they turned to Crystal so that we might live. It was an enormous sacrifice.
My sister and the others. I think they wanted to preserve life. They gave us a chance to live again. Go, Mog!
So that's where.
Impressive.
That wasn't there before.
They put the future in our hands. We're in a position to build a society based on human technology, no longer subject to the whim of the foul sea. That's the gift we've been given.
Guests of yours, Director? Watch your step in there.
Thank you.
Isn't the Academy a research institute? Why do you need so many soldiers?
You've been cleared. Head on.
It's hard to believe it's really been 10 years. So much time has passed.
Hope, do you still think my sister is trapped inside that crystal pillar?
I always had doubts, and it wasn't just me. Saz had them as well.
Really? Saz too?
Yes. He couldn't believe that Lightning would just up and leave Sarah like that. After all, she was the one who said we shouldn't face things alone, that we should stick together.
They resemble the ones from 5 years ago?
I'm glad to see you're doing well, Sarah.
So, Hope, have you heard anything from Snow?
Nothing, I'm sorry to say.
No one's been able to use them.
Not a single word. Not since he left on his mission.
No sign of him for 10 whole years? Sounds like we're not the only ones traveling through time.
You might be right. Considering Snow's uncanny ability to find trouble, he's almost certainly aware of these temporal aberrations. I wonder how the...
I wonder how Saz and Little Dodge are doing.
We've been out of touch. Saz took Dodge to live on Grand Pulse, and he was flying airships the last I heard. Then suddenly they both disappeared. I searched everywhere but never found them.
Look at us. All gone our separate ways.
Yes. And I can't tell you how much it means to have you here now. Saz and Snow may have set off on different paths, but I've started to think that, in the end, we're all headed towards the same goal. It's been 10 years already.
This is some kind of ancient city, right?
The city of Padra, or so we believe. It was the center of a great kingdom built by a nation known as the Farseers.
The Farseers? You're telling me there used to be enough of them to build this entire town?
According to our research, we believe they constituted an entire nation. A polity that was ruled by a Cirrus.
Can you see me now? Standing here in this place?
So this nation, Padra, their leader was a Cirrus, right?
Yes. The Cirrus would read the fates, see the future, and guide her country.
Yule.
Somehow I always seem to miss the action.
The director's prediction was spot on.
Come on, Ma. Kaboom! Kaboom!
How does that?
Records of their culture or lifestyles. I can't comprehend how people used to live here.
Here.
Thanks.
You've traveled through time. I suppose it's not surprising you know about these things. The power to rule was passed down from one Cirrus to the next. She was always called Yule.
If they could read time, why did they die out? Surely they could see the danger coming and do something to avoid it.
No, they were destroyed because they could see the future.
Why?
The Cirrus Yule foresaw the future destruction of this city. Some citizens wanted to try to avert the disaster. Others felt that they should simply abandon their homes and run. A few fell into despair and took their own lives. The divided populace clashed. The nation was torn apart by civil war.
Being able to see the future is awfully dangerous. It can mess with people's heads.
Tell me about it. The nation fell apart, and the survivors fled into the wildlands, avoiding contact with others.
Huh. So you know the story.
Oh! Come on, Director Hope! I want to show them! It's okay to show them, isn't it?
This way. Here. This is what lies at the heart of our paradox. The Oracle Drive. We've been giving it careful study.
But how did you...
Wait. You know of these devices?
Oh, well, yeah. I've heard of them. In books and stuff.
The Oracle Drive appears to be some kind of recording apparatus from ancient times. We've excavated a number of the devices. However, the recordings depict things that cannot be possible. Perhaps you should see for yourselves.
This is how it works.
The device was excavated from an ancient part of the ruins. We used carbon dating methods to determine age. The device and the recordings stored within are several centuries old.
But it shows lightning.
Someone in the past recorded this vision of the future. Perhaps it was the Cirrus Yule herself. What we're concerned about, however, is this. You'll have to excuse the image quality. Yes, I think so. We need to conduct further analysis to be certain.
Is it broken?
No. We've tested both device and data, and everything is nominal. Yet, when we try to view the recording, we get this. Perhaps it's not the recording that's broken. It's the immediate space-time in which we are located.
You mean it could be the paradox? Because the surrounding space-time is twisted, that might be directly affecting the device. So, if the paradox is eliminated, space-time will return to normal. Then we could see the prophecy and find out where my sister is.
Yes, I believe so.
Right.
Here.
An artifact.
This object serves as a key, is that right? We try to make it work ourselves, but with no success.
Yeah, we can use that to travel across time.
Then you may have it. I think it'll be far more useful to you than us. Here.
During the years that passed as we traveled outside time and space, Hope had devoted himself to his research, trying to unlock the mystery of the paradox. If the gates are the cause of the puzzle, they might also be the key to unlocking it. But I wonder, am I getting closer? Will I find lightning in the end?
Time to find that gate.
It was in the ruins.
The Academy's troops are made up mainly of former Sanctum soldiers.
I'm collecting parts for my computer terminal. If you've got any, I'd be happy to buy them from you. What I really want, it wasn't a very popular model, so the parts are scarce. I saw it in a store window.
It's hard to keep track of time when you're working.
Really? You'll help me? But if you say you can, you want to know what I'll be using it for? I'm a collector. I want.
Time travelers? Really?
How can we be sure that people aren't responsible for the paradox?
I don't want him in someone else's care.
Make sure to watch. At that moment, I was sure I was gonna die. Fortunately, help came right away, so they only... I still miss that watch. What a waste.
Time travelers?
When you watch your step, don't you end up hitting your head on something?
There was a plan to get rid of these ruins. They were going to build a city here because the foundation is so stable.
I wonder what's going to happen to Cocoon.
There's a paradox that can actually save lives and be used for the greater good. There may be no need to resist. Director S-Time is the personification of the Academy's ideal. No more relying on the Felsey.
How long will that pillar be able to support Cocoon?
I hope he's behaving himself at home.
I wonder what the residents of this ancient city thought of Cocoon and the people living there. There was a plan to get rid of it.
Where should I try digging next? Are they allowed to be on their own?
There's plenty of room here on Pulse, but I still...
A little darkness can't stop me. I light up... I know it's a little...
I want to live in the big city.
You two are famous. I recently received an urgent request from one of the labs at the Academy. They don't want just any Fang, though. They need one that's in pristine condition. There's no possible way to take down a monster of that. Now that you know the situation, if you have... I know it's a lot to ask, but it would help me out so much. If you change your mind.
Here. This must be the gate Hope was talking about.
Maybe. Yeah? What?
There's something on your mind.
Yeah, well, sure, but it's just personal stuff.
Is it the Oracle Drive?
I guess you could say that. Kind of. But not exactly.
In that prophecy, it really was lightning, wasn't it?
Well, we can't be sure of that.
Okay, let's solve this paradox and find out. Sound good? Something had been bothering Noel. And it had been ever since we heard the story about the Padre Cirrus Yule. But, of course, he wasn't the only one who was troubled. Was it really lightning I saw in the flickering images of the prophecy? The only way to find out is to go through this portal and solve the paradox.